what really did it for me was I saw myself in one of the video cams at the camp, and I saw the backside of myself. And I thought, I'm going to have to call Florida Wildlife to come rescue me from myself, because I was just like, I didn't recognize myself. I was like, who is this person, you know? And it broke my heart, you know? So at that point I felt like I needed to pick up the phone and call someone, because I've never been like an overeater, but it was just that I couldn't find the right balance. I couldn't jump start it in such a way where I was getting any results. And I had tried everything. I've tried the fat burners and the sprinkle the stuff on the food and eat whatever you want and it'll just go away. The coffee beans, you name it. And, I even heard that, you could lose weight if you hung yourself upside down. It kind of rearranges things, and your blood cells just, they kind of shift around a little bit. But yeah, I did. I decided that it's time for me to contact a professional, just to have a nutritionalist give me an interview and a consultation. And before she would even do anything, she said, well, you need to go get your blood work done. We need to make sure that there's not any sugar problems or anything that's chemical that's imbalanced in my system. And there wasn't. Everything was fine with that. But before she would even consult with me, I had to do that test. And she sat me down and she said, what is your goal? And I set a goal for myself, and at the time it was really only like 20 pounds. I would have been really happy with 20 pounds. And she encouraged me to go deeper with my goal and lose more, because she had explained to me after the interview, and I told her what I was eating, and the things that I was eating I thought were very healthy, but it just didn't work with my body type. And so she encouraged me to stick with a new diet. She gave me a list of the diet, and she actually took my BMI. Once a week I would go in. I would be weighed in. She would do my BMI. She would encourage me. I did get B12 shots because that helped with my energy level. She knew I was injured. I have some injuries that prevent me from doing a lot of exercise, so she helped set me up with like a walking regimen, and she also had some other added incentives. She had a machine in her office that I would have, that I could stand on for like 10 minutes, and it would, it was like one of those old shake machines, Yeah, something, similar to that, but more modern. And so when she started me on the diet, and I knew that I had someone that has really spent the time to analyze everything, that I was doing, all the food that I was eating. She adjusted my diet to eliminate all the breads. Mostly it was a carb watch, because carbs was my weakness. And I wasn't getting enough of the right proteins. So she increased my protein, she lowered my carbs, encouraged salads, which I was eating salads a lot, but I was eating whole grain breads, which I thought, well, that's good for you because it says it is, but it was just the wrong combination for me. So now that I know how to eat healthy, keeping it off is my big challenge. Like I said earlier, it took me 30 years to gain the weight, but it only took me 6 months to lose it. And I always expected, I want it now, I want it, and that instant gratification. But if you stick with it, those weeks go by so fast. And when you can see your results, you get excited. And my encouragement to you guys is to stick with it, whether it's just 1 pound or 5 pounds, or don't go for the marathon, go for the one step at a time, and weigh yourself in at the same time every week, because that kind of steadies everything. If I would go in on a Wednesday morning and I would weigh in, and I would get my results, and I lost every single week. Didn't have a backslidden situation where I had binged and gained back. I knew what my body could handle, and I drank a lot of water. And the wonderful thing about it, though, is once I did start losing, I would reward myself with a cheat day. And I think that helped me prepare for the maintenance of the diet. Because if I went in on a Wednesday and I knew I did good, I would reward myself with, not a whole chocolate cake, but I would reward myself with, maybe I want those chicken wings, that I'm craving so much. And I could handle it in a smaller portion. And so that kind of gave me the encouragement to know how my body would react to that cheat, And so then the next day, I might just do a protein shake for breakfast and a protein bar for lunch, and then eat a salad for dinner. And so then that kind of helped absorb that little cheat, and I call it a cheat, but it was really like a reward. I think that we always need to look in the mirror every day and say, we are beautiful. God created us.
How often do you reward yourself?
I rewarded myself every week.
Once a week.
Once a week.
Yeah, once.
And it was always on Thursday because I knew I had the rest of the week
Did you hear what she said?
to balance.
A week.
Once a week.
Because our stinking thinking can really get us into trouble. It really can.
Yeah.
And if you've lost, 2 pounds, you could say, okay, fine, I'll reward myself. And then before you know it, you're rewarding yourself and rewarding yourself. And then you're like, gee, how come I lose weight this week?
Yeah,
And
exactly.
I wouldn't pick a day. I would just, if you have the 7 days in a week and maybe 1 week Tuesday's a hard day for you to go through without something, put an X on Tuesday. And just tell yourself 1 X a week. That's it. Doesn't matter whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner, and it doesn't matter whether it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It's only 1 X, and that's it. And then get right back on it the next meal, the very next meal. And don't let yourself get depressed about it. It's not worth it. It really isn't, because that'll cause more binging. And we have to say to ourselves, you know what, I can do this. I might not do it like you do it. I might not do it like you do it, but I can do this. And don't be hard on yourself. Give yourself a chance to learn.
I want to ask you about you're at maintenance now?
I'm at maintenance now.
So do you have a plan?
Yes,
Okay.
I do.
Can you share?
I weigh myself every morning, right when I wake up, before I've had coffee or anything. And then I make sure that my scale matched my nutritionalist scale, because there's so much variance. I won't go to Publix or switch scales around. I'm going to weigh on the same scale every morning, and I plan my meal planning around what that says.
So you plan your meals?
Yeah, and I make sure that if I know there's an event coming up, like later in the week, then I may be tempted to eat, and I want to enjoy my time with whatever that event is.
So you say
Then
your
I
X
set
for that
myself
day.
up for knowing ahead of time, hey, these are the things that's happening, Could be
And
a
do you
birthday
have a-
party or something, And
Do you have someone you call to help you get through this, or?
Well, I've been totally maintenance free from since before Christmas. At Thanksgiving, I went back one time after Thanksgiving because I just wanted to have that assurance. And I weighed in, and I had actually lost 2 pounds. She was ecstatic, and I kind of felt like I might have gained or just leveled off. But what happens is you get to a point where you're losing water weight, you're losing some fat, you're losing, your body's just going through some adjustments. But see, like now at this phase where I'm at, I'm getting the leanness that I expected from my beginning with the end in mind, that fine-tuning, the sculpting part is going to be my next journey. But I encourage you all, and I know this may be crazy, but this is like my little secret. At first, I knew I was in Christ, and I knew Christ lives in me, and I was just looking at myself from the chin up. And I can see Christ in me all day long from the chin up, and I know He's dwelling in me. But look at yourself, maybe not daily, but look at yourself in a full-length mirror and really look at the areas and see the changes for yourself. Because once you start seeing those changes in yourself,